What happened has happened, and it's there written. You can't come and be through social media, but that's one terrorist organization, social media. Social media is a terrorist organization. What they do, what they put somebody in his comfort room and formulate stories, and you will swear that it's true. So, social media is a terrorist organization that we must deal with. Security agencies must deal with this terrorist organization called social media. So we're not happy with what's been happening either on the plateau or other places.
Fulani organization in Plateau State, in the aftermath of the community invasion in Bokos that left many people dead, including women and children, issued a condition if peace is to reign in Plateau State, as yarned.
We demand the immediate removal of Commander Sector 5 Operation Safe Haven, Bokos Colonel Dauda Majem, for bias, unprofessional military conduct, inciting violence, inciting religious intolerance and bigotry, incompetence and violation of military ethics and constitutional provisions. We are demanding for the disbandment of the notorious and anti-Fulani squad, the state security outfit codenamed Operation Rainbow, arrest and prosecute her operatives involved in killing, maiming, arresting, and displacing Fulani communities in Bokos local government.
Breaking news, trending news, warning, notice, whatever you may call it. Good morning to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to the Biafran family, and good morning to the world. I, Okulora, have an important information to all of us here. The video you just finished watching now is the video of Sultan of Sokoto telling Nigerians or the Nigerians, whatever you may call them, that the internet is the terrorism that Nigerians are suffering, not the Fulani terrorists. And I can tell you for free of charge where this thing is going. I can tell you for free of charge. You don't need anybody to tell you. I mean, you don't need a native doctor, a soothsayer, prophet, pastor, or whoever to tell you where this thing is going. At the end of the day, this thing will still end up on the head of an Igbo man. Go and mark my word. If this thing where this man they talk now no end up, that Igbos are the one who is promoting all this what they call it, social media, make I know wetin cause am. In fact, I will cease to answer Okurora. I will denounce my title. We know how it started, and we know where it is heading to. Ethnic cleansing, bigotry, and religious fanaticism will always end up on the head of an Igbo man. Let's see. Social media is a terrorist organization that we must deal with. Security agencies must deal with this terrorist organization called social media. Alhaji Mohammed Saadu Abubakar III, Sultan of Sokoto, says security agencies must treat social media as a serious threat. What does it mean? Because all the whole killings, how the international community get to know about what is happening in our land, if not through social media? So what this man is trying to tell you now is that very soon now you will see they will tell you they will regulate social media. In fact, there is a bill they passed the other day about bloggers, which Amnesty International, or SERAP, sued the Akpabio lead the Senate and that of Abbas, which is the House of Reps. They are trying to regulate all these things. Social media is how we are able to know the small outside that is between the ages of 15 and 17 years old that full inside bush, displaying stacks of cash in large numbers, in quantities. If not social media, how would they have found out? How would they have found out that the Fulanis will camp inside the bush and make video of people who they kidnapped and warn the government and the owners of those people, I mean those victims, that if they didn't come within specific time, that they are going to eliminate them? It is not through phone call. It is through social media that people like us are be able to get information. So what this man is trying to tell you now is for them to hide the information that the international community are getting about the seriousness of the killings we are having in this country. Why this man is making this news is because the 51 dead bodies that are buried in a shallow grave, or rather, I mean a mass burial of 51 dead bodies they buried in Plateau by his own brothers, by the people he is supposed to tell to stop killing people, have been shown on social media, and the international community have seen it. And there is calls that have been made to him. Look at what the people you are leading are doing. And the people, the Westerners who also instigating all these things, are the one who gave him that brain to come out now and say that social media has to be regulated. In other words, if you post anything that is not from the government and the government does not authorize, they will got you arrested. If possible, they will buy you. That is what this man is saying. And I can tell you for free of charge, it will end up on the head of the Biafrans are the ones who are promoting this social media of 18. Thank God he put it on a video. And through this video, the social media is also about to know what he have in mind. People like me, you cannot cajole me or gaslight me into believing that social media is the problem we are having. Where his own people, your own brothers, Fulanis are the ones who keep on killing people in their numbers. 52 under 1 week. You come back again and kill 51 from the same community. That is 103. With the space of 2 weeks, 103 dead bodies were being recorded from a singular state, from a particular community. What is it there that these people wanted? What is that mineral resources that they have discovered that the owners of the land never discovered? There is something of that made them to be wiping out this community. And when they wipe them out, burn them, they will rebuild it and rename it. And Sultan of Sokoto will not say anything. All those ones say they will not show it on social media because they know what they are doing. You can imagine this type of nonsense. Igbos make una get brain, oh. Sorry. Or I know how my word they come. At the end of it all, this whole thing are going to be blamed on the head of the Biafrans. In fact, they will even say Biafrans are the one who sponsored the killings in Plateau. We know how it used to start. And Sultan of Sokoto is not exempted. He's not so righteous that you can tell me when he made a political statement, somebody like me, who have been into politics, that I will not know what he's talking about. Igbos. Anyasa. Anyway, a lot of comments follow this. Over 411 comments. Now I come here. Many people will support him. Don't forget that even Bello Tuji today have followers. I'm even expecting this monkey to call Bello Tuji as a terrorist who keep on bringing young boys, paying them huge amount of money to join Boko Haram. He cannot call them, but he says social media. The same thing when Buhari and his boys are killing, they say they want to regulate social media. And they went to pass the bill at the National Assembly. Child, I weep for this so-called country. Here are the reactions. One said, laugh out loud. Then Polonium said, I think what he wanted to say is that terrorists use social media to showcase their crimes. Don't we see how terrorists and bandits post pictures of them sharing money on TikTok? Perhaps that is what he was referring to. I'm sure he has children and grandchildren who use social media, including WhatsApp. Are they terrorists or committing terror? His media aides should quickly do a PR and clarify his remarks. Let me see reactions that follow this tweet. Captain Charles said, Mrs. Sultan interpreter, well done, oh. Polonium reply, go hug transformer. You see him? Paradise says, so that's why they should clamp down on social media. These men are really far from reality. Polonium said, perhaps that's not what he meant. Get out. Who are you to interpret what he said? No, you know English more than the Sultan of Sokoto, or you go to school more than the Sultan of Sokoto. These are the monkeys who make all these nonsense people that call themselves elites misbehaving. Fela Biodun said that kidnappers reveal themselves on social media is a positive thing for security agencies. But here in our nation, the powers that be deploys their resource towards those accused of defamation and cyberbullying, etc. Says who said, oh, translate for the people, please. Michael Angel says, postman abuse post a woman. Kudos for telling us what he wanted to say, but ended up saying what was in his mind. Desdola said, continue thinking. Kali, you did be surprised. UTD said, Mumu, who asked you to give an explanation in topic where the author uses English to pass his message? You are more educated in the passing public message than the Sultan himself. Lembibi said, don't tell us what he wanted to say. Dude knows exactly what he is saying. Social media can enlighten the poor northerners that kept uneducated to rise against them. He knows what he is saying. Timo said, see how foolish you are. This woman, they don't finish. You know the reply again. Ndara. Tunde Ade Parusi said, unfortunately, many other generation individuals are not finding the new age of technology comfortable. It is quite understandable. Distinguished said a trained brigadier general served as a defense attaché to Pakistan, also accredited for Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan. If it wasn't for the throne, could have served till 2011 and maybe later Minister of Defense or National Security Advisor. He says social media is terrorist outfit. Instructive. Omega. Laugh out loud. Imagine the people we share geopolitical expression with. The entire social media, it is playing a role for the devil's advocate. Maybe he meant to say some social media users are terrorists because I'm seeing the Oga news and picture now on social media. Many Nigerian institutions, including security agencies, use social media to spread information on social media, and many legit businesses. Oga should be allowed to rephrase what he wanted to say. Almost all politicians are on social media. Even Oga children might be on social media too. So the 36.7 million people who are social media users in Nigeria are all terrorists. Is that what you are telling us, Sultan of Sokoto? They know they are lying to themselves and they know what they are doing. Dr. Victor T.A. said, wow, ambulance, keep on shouting. Just imagine the thought of this failed retired Lieutenant Colonel Muhammad Saadu Abubakar on the security issues of his country. What a country! What a people! Ochichi said, Sound Sultan will be turning in his grave now. Sound Sultan. Alpha Abba said, here is a misguided Sultan, consumed by his ego for not wanting to be accountable to his suffering people. How can he handle social media? That is an empty talk. They sponsor Boko Haram and designate innocent people as terrorists. Wow, wow. Continue shouting, wow, wow. You be unbalanced. According to this, our brother Don Egwatu said, make on see one of the Nigerian leaders. See him now, see him. Is he fair? Theodore Basile says civilization is a crime in the north, and this is why they don't want their children to be educated. Jonathan tried to educate their kids by building schools, but they rejected him. In fact, they threw him under the bus. Morola Oyedele, sometimes I feel these elders just want people to drag them. If not, how can the Sultan make this type of statement? Thank God for social media. The atrocities of your killers, kinsmen, would have been swept under the rug with a state-controlled media. That one is a dead box. Matthias Chia said, Nigerians, know your enemies, high and low. So this one now is one of our enemies. One of their enemies, not me, sorry. Manuel said, which of the bandit group is called social media? Beg. Osaje Iyoha, the real terrorists are right there with him. Call them out and leave social media alone. Normal foul. And Pascal, let me interpret it for you. He doesn't like social media because the atrocities his Fulani brothers commit are made public in social media, and it is affecting their secret agenda to conquer Middle Belt. He wants social media shut down so that everything they do will be out of media. Osage said the most painful part of this clip is that some creators find this worthy of applause. They are clapping for him. And I never see who Mumu pass this country called Zojiria. I never see both the country and the people and the inhabitants are all mumus. Don Zaga said, terrorist Sultan, why do not have terrorists as their leaders, especially the Fulanis? The Nigerian citizen. According to the Sultan, he said it is not the people in this video that implicitly claim responsibility for killing hundreds, not the ones that kill every day in the north that are terrorists. It is social media. And you wonder why Sadona was shot. Che, my brothers, but I see these northerners, whether you call them Fulani or you call them Hausa, my brother, we need to stay far away from these people. Their mentality and their thinking have nothing to do with education. Boko Haram means foreign education is prohibited. Foreign education is prohibited. It is a haram. Haram is abomination. That they don't want foreign education. That is why you see they keep their people. I mean, their people in perpetual poverty, keeping them out of social media, making them to go into Almajiri schools where they teach them all manner of nonsense, where they insert all manner of things inside their brain that never make sense, that can never lead them through. But all of them who are their leaders, all of them have studied in all the whole highest universities we have in the whole world. Dara. Anyway, my people, I beg you, we will take a break. Like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing for more interesting videos coming your way. I, Okrora, is here to serve you. Oyana, my people. Emesiano, my wonderfully made brothers.